Imagine this moment. You are standing exactly where you are right now. Your feet are on the ground. The air feels normal. The world is calm. And then, without warning, gravity disappears. Not weakens, not bends. It vanishes. For 10 seconds, the force that has shaped planets, stars, oceans, and life itself is gone. No countdown, no sound, no mercy. For the first fraction of a second, nothing seems different. Your brain hasn't caught up yet, but physics has. The invisible force that pins every atom of your body to Earth has released its grip. You are no longer anchored. Neither is the air, nor the oceans, nor the planet itself. You don't fall upward. You don't float gently like an astronaut in a movie. You are launched. Everything on Earth begins moving in a straight line, at the speed it was already traveling. Earth spins at over 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. It orbits the sun at nearly 30 kilometers per second. All of that motion was once curved and controlled by gravity. Now, suddenly, it is free. People, buildings, cars, trees, everything not physically bolted down rips away from the surface. In cities, chaos erupts instantly. Asphalt cracks as cars lift and tumble. People are hurled into the air, smashing into walls, ceilings, each other. There is no up, no down, only momentum. Elevators rip free inside shafts. Skyscraper windows explode outward as internal air pressure escapes. Inside homes, furniture becomes shrapnel. Tables, chairs, refrigerators, all drift, collide, and crush. The human body, evolved to exist under gravity, has no instinct for this. Panic overwhelms thought. Outside, it is worse. The atmosphere begins to peel away from the planet. Gravity is the only thing holding Earth's air in place. Without it, nitrogen, oxygen, and water vapor surge outward, expanding violently into space. The sky doesn't just change color, it thins. The blue fades toward black in seconds. People gasp, not because the air is instantly gone, but because pressure drops rapidly, ears rupture, lungs struggle. The air rushes upward, carrying debris, dust, and living things with it. Birds don't fly, they are thrown. Oceans respond next. Water, once obedient to gravity, bulges and lifts. Massive sheets of sea rise into the sky. Entire coastlines erupt upward as trillions of tons of water leave the surface. Fish, ships, coral reefs, all pulled into a chaotic, expanding cloud of liquid and vapor. Earth itself begins to come apart. The planet is not a solid, rigid object. It is a spinning sphere held together by gravity. Without it, the crust no longer clings tightly to the mantle. Tectonic plates shift violently. The equatorial bulge, caused by Earth's rotation, starts to tear the planet outward. The ground stretches, cracks open across continents. For 10 seconds, Earth is no longer a planet. It is debris. Now, to understand how extreme this is, we need to remember what gravity actually does. Gravity is not just something that makes objects fall. It is the architect of structure in the universe. It forms stars from clouds of gas. It shapes galaxies. It binds atoms into planets and planets into systems. On Earth, gravity defines everything. It gives direction to growth. It controls how fluids flow. It keeps our atmosphere breathable and our oceans where they belong. Even your heartbeat evolved under its constant pull. Remove gravity, and you don't just remove weight, you remove order. As the seconds tick by, the sun's influence is gone as well. Earth is no longer orbiting. It is traveling in a straight line, at orbital speed, released like a stone from a sling. In 10 seconds, Earth moves nearly 300 kilometers off its original curved path. That displacement will matter later. Inside the planet, the core reacts. The immense pressure created by gravity keeps Earth's molten iron core compressed. Without that pressure, it begins to expand. Seismic waves race through the planet. Volcanoes don't erupt yet, but the conditions for future catastrophe are being written in real time. Then there are humans in flight. Some people are launched upward at hundreds of kilometers per hour, depending on latitude. At the equator, the effect is strongest. Entire populations are flung sideways into the sky as Earth's rotational velocity carries them forward. Many collide with buildings, mountains, or other airborne debris Before the 10 seconds are over, others drift upward more slowly, disoriented, spinning helplessly. For a moment there is silence, no wind, no falling, just floating terror. Then suddenly gravity comes back, not gently, instantly. Everything that left the surface is pulled back down. The sky begins to rain death. People fall from hundreds or thousands of meters. Water returns in walls, not waves. Entire sections of ocean collapse back onto continents. Tsunamis race inland at unimaginable speed, taller than skyscrapers, erasing coastlines in seconds. Debris slams into the ground with the force of meteor impacts. Cars, ships, chunks of buildings, all strike at terminal velocity or worse. The energy released is equivalent to countless explosions across the planet. The atmosphere snaps back as well, compressing violently. Shockwaves circle the globe. The returning air heats rapidly, igniting fires wherever oxygen and fuel meet. Forests burn, cities burn, oil facilities erupt. Earth shakes, Earth screams, seismic activity goes global. Earthquakes register off the scale. Fault lines rupture simultaneously. Volcanoes begin to erupt, not because gravity caused them, but because its sudden absence destabilized everything that was once in balance. Survivors, those who somehow avoided being flung away or crushed on return, face a planet fundamentally changed. The oceans are no longer where they were. Some water is lost to space forever, drifting away during those 10 seconds. Sea levels drop unevenly. Entire ecosystems are destroyed. Coral reefs are pulverized. Plankton populations collapse, threatening the base of the food chain. The atmosphere is thinner. Enough air escaped that oxygen levels fall measurably. Breathing becomes harder. Weather patterns destabilize. Without the same atmospheric mass, Earth struggles to retain heat. Temperatures fluctuate wildly. And then there is Earth's orbit. That straight-line motion during the gravity blackout altered Earth's trajectory. The planet does not return to its exact path around the sun. Even a small deviation can have enormous long-term consequences. Seasons shift, climate zones drift. Over time, Earth may move closer to the sun or farther away. If closer, runaway warming begins. Ice melts, methane releases from permafrost. If farther, global cooling sets in. Ice sheets expand, agriculture collapses, all from 10 seconds. Could life survive? Some would. Life is resilient. Extremophiles deep underground, shielded from surface chaos, would endure. Seeds, spores, microorganisms would persist. Humanity, however, would be changed forever. Civilization as we know it would end, infrastructure destroyed, power grids gone, communication silent, governments unable to respond to a disaster that happened everywhere at once. The survivors would inherit a wounded world, and gravity, now restored, would not be a comfort, it would be a reminder of how thin the line is between stability and annihilation. Because gravity is always there, we forget it. We don't feel it the way we feel wind or heat, but it is the quiet guardian holding everything together. Remove it, even briefly, and reality unravels. 10 seconds is all it takes. So here is the question. If a force so constant, so invisible, can determine the fate of an entire planet, what other forces are we taking for granted right now? And what would happen if the next one disappeared?